So, hi, on the Guys Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
Happy Monday.
Happy goddamn Monday.
You're goddamn right. It's a Monday.
It for sure is.
Yeah, I don't know about you. Feeling the Monday vibes. Just
Who's
a
feeling
smidge
it?
today. I'm feeling
Yeah.
it. I woke up way too early this morning.
What time did you wake up, brother?
8 a.m., which is early for me.
No.
I went to bed significantly later than you did. I know you were probably up at 5 a.m. though.
Try 4:30, brother.
Why the
I
fuck
could
were
not
you up
give-
so goddamn early?
That wasn't a choice. That wasn't my body just woke me up and I said, fuck. I'm here now.
Fuck.
What can I do? You know?
Well, sorry for missing the last several weeks of live streams.
Is it really?
Yeah, we basically did a majority of May pre-recorded on days that weren't Mondays. Sorry, schedule got crazy there for a second. We're so back, though. I was looking at the calendar, and our life is way more back in order than it was last month. Last month, Glory and I were both all over the place and in different places all of the time, every week, all the time,
it was
consistently,
bad, yeah.
not in our respective typical places. And that goes back to the equilibrium being reset in this month. So yeah, we're back to the regularly scheduled programming. Got the live stream Monday, the throwback Thursday, recorded on a Thursday, posted on a Monday.
I'm so excited.
We are
I'm
back.
excited.
Interviews on the proper interview days.
Except
Equilibrium's been
tomorrow.
reset. Except tomorrow. You're right.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Shout out Glory's dad. Happy birthday. It worked out though. I got 9 million other things I got to do all of a sudden.
You got plans.
Yeah. All of a sudden I got 9 million other things I got to do. So it works out. It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
But yeah,
nice.
we're stalling because I don't know what to do to jump in, because typically it's like, okay, now I'm going to talk at Glory for 20 minutes about all the shows I
Oh,
went to.
because shows.
But you want to know what neither of us did this past week? Go to shows. You know how refreshing that was?
It's pretty refreshing. I was supposed to go to a show on Saturday, but didn't. So that's my story. I was supposed to go to a show, and I just went home.
But I didn't.
I
Yeah.
said, I'm tired.
I
So
had
that was
shows that I wanted to maybe go to last Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. And then I was like, no. I made other plans.
Nah. See, we're losing the touch, dude. We see shows. 2020 was crazy for us because we were both doing like 2 shows a week.
Not
right?
2020.
Now
That's for day, I'm sure. 2021.
I said 2022
Oh, okay. I heard
because that was
2020.
the year maybe I said 2020. I meant 20. I visualized 2022.
Okay.
Like the
I'm
actual,
not
like,
inside your head, but okay.
people keep fucking saying this. I'm like, it's not that hard.
Just tap in, bro.
It's like, dude, it's
Dude,
fucking, it's
start
right there.
hacking. You took one computer science class, right?
What? You took a course online or something, right? Like fucking, oh my god. No, so yeah, but now nothing. Not a update. I'm going to Warped Tour.
Yeah, that was a wild text. I didn't know I didn't know how to answer that because I was like, what
Yeah.
the
So
fuck?
where did that come from? No, I just said going to Warped Tour.
That's
by
what
the
I
way.
wanted to respond was, what the fuck? But I was like,
The fuck?
hell yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, dude, you're so into this right now.
Yeah.
It's freaking me out. I don't know who you are. You're scaring me,
I'm a
man.
Buck Cherry fan now.
Hell yeah, crazy bitch. Fucking, yeah. So I'm going to Warped Tour.
I'm stoked for you, honestly.
The lineup's actually fucking crazy. Before, when it first got, announced, I saw the lineup and I was like, I can miss that. But now that I have tickets, I'm like, fuck, I get to see this person. I get to see this. Honestly, I'm gonna say it. I'm not even planning on seeing Avril Lavigne.
I don't blame you.
Don't care for it.
I don't blame you.
Don't care for her. Unless like I'm passing by and at that exact moment she's playing like
The hit. One of
A
the
hit.
hits.
a hit.
She's got
Even a
plenty.
recent hit. Even a recent hit.
Bite Me?
Like I'll take a Bite Me.
Bite Me fucks.
If I hear that wow, I'm gonna
Bite Me was the best
stop.
song off that
Full
record.
Stop. Turn. I'm in.
Yeah.
Nothing else. Going to the porta potty. I have other plans. I have other things I'd rather do, So I like dude, fucking Holy Water's there.
Mhm.
Ignore their most recent
Yeah,
song.
that was
That's not
hot
holy
garbage.
water.
That was hot garbage.
Not holy water. The Wonder Years are there.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking the home team isn't there. It's the only date that they're not playing, and that pissed me off a little bit because I'm like, are you guys fucking avoiding me? Now I'm taking it personally. Before I was like, oh, who gives a fuck? They're not playing.
Well, not to get like logistical or anything, but touring schedules, they're out with Dance Gavin Dance, like they can't teleport and be in two places at once. You know, not to rain on your parade.
So, anyways, as I was saying, there were a bunch of fucking bands that I'm very excited to see. Like, fucking Voice of a Generation, Maddie goddamn Mullins is gonna be there. Dude, I might see them for the first time.
Dude,
and
you
I'm gonna
have to see Memphis Mayfire.
I'm gonna see him in the flesh.
You have to see Memphis Mayfire.
I'm gonna lose my shit, dog.
A phenomenal show.
You always say they're like a really good band.
Phenomenal
I'm
show.
going for the giggles, you know, to
and
be like,
Maddie
holy
Mullins
shit.
is there.
Dude,
what
a coincidence! It's Memphis
He's
Mayfire's
fronting
there.
his band.
Are you serious? Holy
Dude,
shit! For like 30 minutes too.
Dude.
Maddie Mullins is in front of me. God's favorite redhead. Dude,
Maddie Mullins. Meaty Mullins.
Meaty Mullins. Maddie Mullins. That kills me. He's just a jack of all trades. He's awesome. Like genuinely, he's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Fuck. I see.
He's got to be my favorite. He's got to be my favorite frontman. Honestly,
he has to be now after the 3 years of us talking about him. He has to. I mean, like, if not, it would be kind of fucking disrespectful. Who else is there? Fucking Young Gravy is there.
Why not? Why not?
Anyways, I mean, why?
Why not?
Question mark. Not. You know? But again, if I hear the hit, I'm gonna go, oh, this is the song.
Yeah.
The Sugar Baby and then the Vanilla Baby. I don't know what he said.
Exactly. That
you know
song.
The groove,
yeah, I know that one.
Groove.
Of course.
So I'm talking about a concert that I haven't even gone to yet. So this is the 20 minutes that I'm filling right now.
No,
See? It's good.
I appreciate it. Yeah, no, Warped Tour, that's dope.
Yeah.
Worst
on Broco.
Typical Glory. Oh, it took 10 minutes to get the Don Broco reference in.
They have played one Warped Tour. Okay, never mind. It's not like they're like they've been there.
Just so everyone knows, took 10 minutes. Talked about Don Broco today.
It's like they're gonna be in the States anyways. You know? And it would make sense for them to just make it like a touring, like a festival touring route, you know? When We Were Young? It's around the same time. No, it's in July, isn't it?
When We Were Young is in October.
They can sleep somewhere. There are things to do in the U.S.
There's planes?
You know? Just take a plane. Take a boat. You know? You have time. You have time for a boat.
That's wild. That's wild.
God, I just love the band so much. I want to see them so bad.
I know
Anyways,
you do.
Sorry.
But yeah, I had a very busy May. So although, of course, I love going to shows, it is nice to have a break. Hence why I said it is refreshing to have not went to anything last week. It is all obviously self-inflicted, the scheduling of everything. But there's so many bands that go on tour, so many bands I want to see. It's exciting. I get excited. I book all these shows, and then I'm like, oh my fucking god, I'm tired. So I'm excited to have a lighter,
tired and poor.
Well, yes, exactly. I'm excited to have
both.
A lighter month up ahead because it makes me more excited to see the shows when I don't have show on top of show on top of show.
When you're not dreading them because you're tired.
Yeah, and I can actually like take a day to actually get like excited, like genuinely excited about it, because it's like the shows just kind of come up and then like, oh fuck, I have to be here tonight. I haven't even thought about the bands that are playing besides the band that I bought the tickets to go see.
Yeah.
So coming up for me, I got Winona Fighter on Thursday, which I'm very excited about. Their new record fucking ripped. I saw the set list. I think they're just playing the album in full, plus maybe one or two additional songs, but they don't have a ton of songs out, so it makes sense.
What else are they gonna play?
Yeah, and they've got a couple of local bands, I believe, opening. I don't think any bands are touring with them. It might be local bands, like regional bands, hopping on for a few dates here and there. But I'm not entirely sure who's opening, but I'm excited to see the show nonetheless. And actually, I'll have time to figure out who's opening and check them out ahead of time, which I'm excited about. Saturday, I got The Weeknd with Playboi Carti, which is a trip and a half. I don't know what to expect.
Opium.
I don't know what the hell to expect.
It's gonna be so dope. You're gonna hear Fiend.
I am gonna hear Fiend.
Fiend.
Yeah,
Fiend.
I'm very excited to see The Weeknd again. Saw him 2022, I believe. And I'm excited to see him now. He did one sold out night at a stadium. This time he's doing 3 sold out nights, which is
Mr.
bonkers. The movie sucked. The movie about the album.
You did see it, yeah.
Sucked,
yeah.
but I'm sure.
Ortega.
Yeah, I know that the show's going to be good because he's a phenomenal performer and he's a great musician, and I love his music. So I'm very excited for that. But that's all I got coming up. I got Youth Fountain on my calendar later in the month with Sad Park and Good Terms. But besides that, I don't have a ton that I'm planning for until July, which is going to be good. A nice little breather. Enjoy the beginning of summer. Do some other things. Go out and hit the summer concerts hard in July. I feel like this year's summer concert lineup, just in general, is not very rock and metal focused. I haven't seen a ton go up that I'm super excited about. A few things here and there, but the summer touring feels a lot more like old stuff.
It's like light. Yeah.
Old stuff. Obviously, of course, all the country artists are making their rounds. That does not interest me at all. And there's a lot of older 80s stuff I'm seeing, like fucking, and this isn't even 80s, this is older than 80s. Rod Stewart announced a show by me today. Shout out Rod Stewart, like at this point,
still touring, still kicking it.
At this point, concert calendar's looking a little light. I might have to make the trip to see Rod Stewart.
And you never asked it. It's never that deep, man. You never got to do all that.
Shit. But yeah, that's just how I'm feeling looking at it. Because typically I'd have all these amphitheater shows on my calendar, and it's looking a little light. Obviously, Summer of Loud is going to be going out, which I'm very excited about. Architects are touring. We Came as Romans with Currents are touring. Plenty of stuff to look forward to in the summer, but I'm afraid I'm not going to get enough outdoor shows. I enjoy the outdoor shows because those venues typically allow you to bring in water and things like that, so I save money on the concessions
and then you're
inside. Yep. I do not fuck with the lawn. I'm parked in a seat. I'm sitting, sweating my ass off, but at least I'm in a seat in the shade, sweating my ass off. Well, we've burned enough time. Now we can properly segue.
Cool. We got our 20 minutes.
Now we can properly segue into into the music we got to talk about this week. A couple of albums, an EP, enough singles to keep me up at night. Kicking it off with Stray from the Path. They dropped their new album Clockworked. It is also their final album. This was a surprise drop record this past Friday, the 30th. And they announced alongside with that the band will be breaking up at the end of the year. They're going to be doing their final touring, and then that'll be it. They're calling it quits. They're hanging it up on a high note. They have said that it was a mutual decision between all the band members. There's no bad blood. They're going to be riding it out and seeing it till the end, which I am glad to see, because we've gotten, I'll never forget Get Scared putting out their last record in 2019, and then abruptly that's it, the band's done. You don't get to see them tour off the record, so at least
there's no bye.
Yes, at least the band gets to do their victory lap and gets to celebrate the record, and the fans also get to celebrate the record with the band and get to see those songs live, which I'm excited about. I've seen Straight from the Path a couple of times, and I've always enjoyed them, and I was honestly looking forward to this record. I started hearing rumblings of a potential surprise drop from the band, which I thought was interesting, and then I saw vinyl starting to be sold at the festivals they were doing, and I was like, okay, this is confirming those suspicions. Odd to be selling the album before it's even been announced. So I was getting excited because I enjoyed the first single, and honestly, what a record to go out on. This album fucking rips, dude. Like I said, I've seen them a couple of times. I've always enjoyed them. I haven't dove super deep into their discography, but I know what to expect from Straight from the Path. And this record is the literal definition of that. It is straight up balls to the wall from the second the album starts until the second the album ends. There is not a single slow moment. They continue to kick you in the teeth, and I fucking love that. That's what I look for in my music, is just that high energy, straight up in your face. I appreciate what the album's talking about in the commentary on the current the current life that we find ourselves living in,
Yeah.
and all the commentary on that. I appreciate that. I think it's it's called for. It's something the band has always done. It's so it makes sense, and they're saying the right things, which I can appreciate. And overall, man, like the record, just like I said, it kicks you in the teeth repeatedly, and I love that. I've had Shot Caller stuck in my head all fucking day, which was a pleasant surprise. I enjoyed the opener, which was Kubrick's Stare, which is the only single off of the album. Shot Caller was a favorite of mine as well. The title track was great, and then Can I Have Your Autograph is also a favorite of mine. That's a really good one. Yeah, those are all of my favorites. But I've enjoyed every single song off the record. I've been spending a lot of time with this album, and I'm going to be continuing to spend time with it. And also a special shout out to the features. Landmarks and Poison the Well are crazy feature pulls. They both fit super well on the album, and I like Bodies in the Dark especially because it is, if there had to be a slow moment on the album, that is the slowest point of the record, where they only kind of kick you in the teeth for that song. They only just like a little bit. They pull it back a smidge, and I think that combine that with the feature on the song, it works very well. And yeah, just front to back, ass kickers, no ass shaking, ass kickers, bro. Absolutely fucks.
I completely agree. I was very excited to see Straight from the Path on the podcast playlist because I too enjoyed Kubrick's Stare. So I was like, ooh, okay, let's see what's up. Sucks to hear that they're breaking up. I kind of like hear stuff, and then I probably saw it, honestly. You also might have told me, and I went, oh, fuck, that sucks. But then it's like actually hearing the album and then hearing that alongside it. I'm like, wait, you're telling me I'm not going to get more of this? Yeah. So that fucking sucks. I think this record is incredible. All the tracks are, as you said, you nail on the head with everything you fucking said. Ditto to that. It's all just fucking getting punched in the gut, fucking getting your ass kicked, pummeled in the pit, everything, all of the above. From the first track all the way to the last track. You said that shit verbatim, and I'm just taking I'm stealing your flow. I'm sorry.
Go for it, man.
My personal favorites are Fuck Them All to Hell. I think that track is incredible. Can I Have Your Autograph? You're Not That Guy. I fucking love that title, by the way. I saw that shit and I went, this is gonna be one of my favorites. Just the title alone. It could be a silent track and it would still be my favorite because of the title.
It's got that little bit of sass to it.
It's like, you're not that guy.
Yeah.
It's fuck yeah. You know what? You're not. Yeah. And then also I did enjoy Shot Caller, and then I also really like the title track as well because come on, it's fucking Landmarks. We've been raving about Landmarks since you first discovered them and put them on the playlist. We've both been like, dude, what the fuck is this? And why haven't we?
And now everyone else is raving about them too.
We were conducting that train, guys. I think it's a fantastic record. Honestly, it is, especially with Shot Caller. I think it is catchy. It has it's just, fuck, dude. Fuck Them All to Hell, again, is my favorite. There's sass, there is anger, there's rage. It's incredible. Big fan of this record. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Come back. You guys haven't left, but you're planning on leaving. Extend it a bit. No, they'll be back in like 2 years. It's
fine. Man, I don't care if they're back in 2 years, 5 years, or this is the end. They're gonna be announcing tour dates shortly in the next few weeks, from what they said. They're currently doing the festival circuit over in the UK. So peep those dates. There's plenty of dates posted. There's some headline shows scattered around it. And then keep your eyes peeled. Like I said, they said they're going to be touring, capping off the end of the year, doing some shows. So keep your eyes peeled. If there's something near me, I fear I'm going to have to go.
I fear you will have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Wolves at the Gate dropped their new album, Wasteland. Fuck yeah. We interviewed Wolves at the Gate.
When this review comes out, the interview will have been out for 3 hours.
Boom. So go watch it. Fresh off the press.
Oh, yeah. This
record is fantastic. I love all of the tracks. I think it has such a good, I guess, visual aspect in audio. I guess it helps you form visuals and pictures because of how it is written and because of the sounds, and it just feels like you're being taken on a journey. That's what I'm trying to say. It feels like it is a concept record. It feels like it is world building, and it is incredible. My personal favorites are, I fucking love Death Clock. Parasite is incredible. That was a single. So shout out Parasite, but major shout out to Death Clock. There's a part where it's like ticking at the end and then a bell tolls. Hardest shit I've heard in a minute. My brain went, fuck. Okay. Yeah, all right. Oh yeah, okay, okay,
All
okay.
right, all right.
All right. There is a spooky, fun little intro at the beginning, and then the second to last track is kind of an interlude going into the closer. The closer is fucking fantastic as well. Um, Honestly, such a great record. If you haven't listened to Wolves at the Gate yet, please give them a go. I think it's kind of at some points they remind me of Silent Planet with the writing, where Silent Planet is like they're like metal, you know, but if you listen to what the fuck Garrett's saying, it's poetry.
Mhm.
So I do get a lot of poetic vibes from Wolves of the Gate. It's just all of their writing is sometimes very flourished, and as I said, it helps you kind of build pictures and visualize things, and it really describes things in a way that you can like go along on the journey with them. That's what I really like about them. Big fan of this band. I think the record's incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
As Glory said, you know, we got to chat with Steve about this record. We had them on the podcast to chat about the last album. And, you know, I thought that record was really solid, but this album, in every sense of the word, feels like a level up. You know, and quite frankly, blew me away from the first time that I heard it. And it's all in, for me, the absolute power behind the vocal delivery.
Damn straight,
Just
yeah.
absolutely continuously blows my mind every single time I listen to this album. You know, I completely agree with the world building feeling and the concept feelings and all of that, and actually being able to latch onto that, which is not something I'm always able to do. Sometimes it goes right over the head.
Right over the head.
You know, because as I've said on here, I'm not always the person listening to the lyrics. It's more about the vocal delivery. Hence why I led with the vocal delivery and the way that the things are being delivered. Big fan of that. But these songs are so humbling, and I do appreciate all of the interludes that are throughout the album, because it opens with an interlude intro type track that is aptly called it's into, but it's intro, but it's also into because it's got the R in parentheses, you know, and then there's the album is all in all caps, and then there are songs that are in all lowercase, and those denote the songs that are more so interludes that are strewn throughout the record. So you've got the intro to open up the album, wandering, withering, and wasting and wanting, which, you know, not always the biggest fan of interludes, but I feel like they are placed in the correct moments. They don't take up too much of your time, and they flow the two songs together that they are in between, and actually do the job, because sometimes it feels like bands just put interludes in their album to say they put interludes in their album for the sake of putting an interlude in their album, and these feel like they were intentionally placed where they are, and I appreciate that. Big fan of Parasite. That song fucking rips. Smoke, False Devils is easily my favorite song on the record. Steve is absolutely soaring over the instrumental on that song, and I love it. I love the closer, Unrest, Death Clock rocks as well, and then the first real track on the record, the Wasteland Pain, Wastelands in parentheses, also is a phenomenal way to open up the album. And Synthetic Sun as well, because why not? I just keep shouting songs out. This record,
Honestly, just name the whole record.
Honestly, this entire album is so good. Especially the way it opens, and then the last few songs to really close things off are so insanely strong. And you know, it's a phenomenal listen. Highly recommend. And you know, when you're watching the proper review of this that has been clipped and posted separately, the interview is out, so definitely go check it out. It's a phenomenal conversation diving into this album, and if you're a fan of the band, you should check it out. Kenny Hoopla dropped his new EP, Rebirth Renaissance.
Let me start this off.
Yeah, you take it, man.
I'm gonna make this quick. Okay, Kenny Hoopla, I love you, man. Loved Survivor's Guilt.
Me too.
Immaculate.
Me too. That shit rocked.
You're on my wall, dog. You are just out of fucking frame, but you're up here somewhere. Fuck, I can't even see you right now, but you're here on my wall. You're incredible. I love you. You're a great artist, great writer, great performer. You're confusing me. You're losing me a bit though. So this EP as its own thing is great. But because I'm a whiny crybaby, I'm like, where's the rock? You know?
Mhm.
There are obviously a lot of okay, so firstly, sorry, this EP, it's 3 songs. It touches kind of more the indie side. There's some Western notes in it with one of the tracks. I think that was the single that we reviewed.
Mhm.
On on revisiting, I see the vision now. I
Mhm.
like the song. I think it's a great track. But it's definitely not exactly the same type of alternative that he was doing before, the same type of rock that he was doing before. It still kind of scratches that itch because I mean there's strong guitars, there so it has elements of rock. So it has things for me to latch onto and be like, okay, this is familiar with him,
Mhm.
but it's like his style overall has changed, which is great because I love when artists are able to kind of bounce around and do different things and do them well. I think he executed this very well. I think it is a great EP. I think it's great 3 tracks. I think it is very enjoyable, digestible, all the little keywords, all the little buzzwords. I just want rock, you know? Let me cry about it. Let me whine for a second. I wanted Survivor's Guilt Part 2. I think this is great. I think it is incredible. I'm very happy to see him evolve as an artist, and I would love to see more of this evolution. I would love an album of this. I think it would be incredible. Survivor's Guilt is there for me to listen to. I'm talking myself down now. You
Mhm.
see, I'm doing the devil. Both of them are
The
talking. My
devil and the
angel and my
angel.
demon.
Yeah.
You know. So the Survivor's Guilt will be there for me to listen to. This is the new era. I will appreciate and enjoy it as is, but that's just my only gripe is when artists I like is evolving. Oh, I'll cry about it. So that's just me.
Fair enough. Yeah, I knew what to expect because we got to chat about that one single. So luckily, as if we don't control what we talk about on here, we got to talk about that single, and neither of us liked it. It was way out of left field. We hadn't heard from KennyHoopla in a minute, and then this is what we returned to, what we tuned back in with, and total 180 from what we know KennyHoopla to do what we love from him, the pop punk rock alternative kind of sound.
Pop punk. Oh my
that-
god, that was what it was.
that
Yeah.
totally
I
blew
just
us away
started that label.
years and years and years ago. 2021 at this point. And this is just interesting. I'm honestly like, I just feel like the songs do not go anywhere. That is my problem
That's
with it.
fair.
They are
Yeah.
very stagnant.
Kind of indie.
Yes,
Fair.
I have broadened my horizons, and I will appreciate whatever it is I am put in front of me. But my job is to review it critically with this. And I sat down, I listened to this multiple times. I'm going to be honest with you, because I tried. I was like, all right, first listen, I listened to it, maybe half asleep, struggling to keep my eyes open. Way too early this morning, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna give this a few more spins. I'm a little bit more awake and see what I come away with, because my of course my initial reaction half asleep is, god damn, I think I'm gonna set my
This
alarm
isn't
for
pop
15 minutes from now and take a quick power nap, because this just made me really tired. And I came away with the same kind of feeling of just like, these songs feel so stagnant. The only song that I even remotely like is the last song, Northern Lights.
Yeah.
But I feel like it is way too long. It's moving and is progressing and is going somewhere, but it feels like after the 3.5 minute mark, it should have tailed off and finished and not continued for another 1.5 minutes almost. But the first 2 songs, man, Ashes to Ashes and Even As If Never, just kind of feel very stagnant. I'm not digging that at all. Intrigued by this evolution. Kenny has always struck me as someone to kind of do whatever he wants. And I respect that from an artist, to kind of do whatever the hell you want, whenever the hell you want to. This one's just not for me. Swing and a miss. But like I said, if there's one positive thing I'm trying to take away from it, it is that most of Northern Lights I appreciate. I think it should have been shorter, but I do think that that song is a step in the right direction if this were the path he was to continue down. This more so indie sounding vibe versus the pop punk rock alternative route that we initially discovered him with. So that's where I'm at with this. I don't hate it. Well, I don't like it, but I don't hate it. If it were to be the last song, just not as long.
Great review.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, fair. Hell yeah. Chevelle dropped their new single, Jim Jones, Cowards, Part 2. Title and half.
Title's crazy.
I'm going to be honest, I was not the biggest fan of this track. I did prefer their last one over this one. Something about it just felt like it was kind of going on the butt rocky chords. It struck it a couple times for me. I didn't like it. Kind of the dad rock, butt rock type shit.
I mean, that's fine because it's Chevelle. Like that, they kind of
that's kind of their thing.
They get lumped in there. But
Pork found in kitchen.
Yes, exactly. I thought that Cowards Part 1 was a phenomenal song. And that song's been. I haven't even really listened to it on Spotify. It's just consistently on Octane,
on radio,
and I'm okay with it because I think that song absolutely rocks. This song does not rock as hard. I had high hopes for it because I'm genuinely excited for the album that they announced with this single coming out in August. Yeah, man, I just am not a huge fan of this one. I feel like it falls a little bit on the repetitive side, especially towards the end. The song is kind of progressing and going somewhere for the first good 2/3 of it, and then that last third, it really just kind of becomes the same thing over and over again, and again feels a little too long. But I'm remaining optimistic for the album because Cowards Part 1 is so good. I'm hoping for the album to be good. Pollyanna dropped their new single Gravedigger. Definitely interesting and hard for me to talk about a song that has been so in my face that I've heard hundreds of times at this point, from a business perspective, and then come and try to review it critically. So I'm going to lean on Glory for that. But I think the song rocks. Obviously, I work with the band. I think that the song rocks. I'm coming up with nothing other than song rocks.
Song rocks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to tell you, but that's also kind of like my consensus because I did truly like this record. I mean, they kind of checked a lot of the boxes for me that I look for in a really solid song. They have kind of the call and repeat. I'm able to visualize it live. It is catchy, good riffs, great chorus. It's just like it does a lot of the things I look for in music. I think Jill's vocals are always fucking infectious. Something about their cadence, something about just, I love it. The energy is fucking crazy as per usual. It's Pollyanna. That's kind of what you expect with Pollyanna, is a good energy, and Jill's vocals just being fucking as they are. I'm a big fan of this track. I think it's great, and big fan of Pollyanna. Shout out Pollyanna.
Thanks, Glory. Because
this is unbiased. Yeah. Rise Against dropped their new single, I Want It All. Yeah,
you're goddamn right. Finally Rise Against put out a song along this album cycle. They announced the album with this single, comes out in August. That is actually somewhat good. I actually thoroughly enjoyed this song, especially in comparison to the last couple of singles that were genuinely like, why the fuck did you pick these as songs to come out, let alone singles?
Why do they sound like that?
Yes, what the fuck are we trying to do here? The last single was stepping in the right direction, but the first single was genuinely just abysmal. The second single was stepping in the right direction, albeit still not even remotely close to what I want Rise Against to sound like or be doing, especially single wise. You want to deep cut that shit, go for it. But this is a lot more like traditional Rise Against, very much like Mass Appeal sounding song, which I'm here for. You know, it's the perfect kind of song to put out alongside the massive announcement of their upcoming album. You know, get the most amount of attention on the song, push it to radio, you know, all that fun stuff. So yeah, I think that this song's good. Mission accomplished with this one, and I've listened to it a few times and have, you know, been genuinely excited about this song, whereas the other ones I was like, God, turn that shit off.
Sounds like doo-doo and poo-poo, man. That shit sucks. No, dude, you left song. Hell yeah. Shit joke.
Yeah.
I got nothing. Rise Against. I have hope still. You know, maybe it's an album artist, maybe it's an album band, because that happens where it's like I need more time to actually be like immersed in the record and in whatever story they're telling, or the vibe and the energy that they're trying to portray and show me. I just can't, dude. I'm worn out. You know,
Yeah.
it's like I see them on the podcast playlist. I kind of feel like dread because I'm like, dude, I know I'm just gonna rag on it. And I went into this and I was like, no, I'm giving them a second. I'm giving them like a third, fourth, fifth chance. Okay, still, I'm trying though.
Fair enough, man.
I'm trying.
You got a whole album to figure it out with, you know.
Goody.
Goody. Avatar dropped a new single, Captain Goat. Man, I can't lie. Avatar, man, they never cease to amaze me. They never cease to confuse me. They never cease to do a lot of things. They are so eclectic, always. That's one thing I've noticed about their discography. There are albums and songs that I absolutely love. There are songs off of albums that I like, and then I do not like other songs on that same album. They are very much an eclectic band, and they're I really like them. I consider them a favorite band of mine, a lot lower on that list because of such an eclectic nature of their sound. So you never know what to expect. I saw them starting to tease, and I'm like, okay, gotta go in with an open mind always when approaching new music from Avatar. I like it. I think it's interesting. It's different. I also did listen to it for the first time with the music video, because the music video came out the day before the song came out. And I was so excited. I had the time. I threw on the music video. Yeah, I think it's good. And the music video, it being like a sea type of music, like them like being on the sea, acting as pirates and things like that, fits the nature of, you know, hearing the song for the first time and it feeling like a pirate song, you know, which could be a little off-putting if you just listen to the audio for the first time and you're like, why are they doing a pirate shanty? But hey, man, it's Avatar. It's kind of what you expect. They're weird. They're different. Everything is really weird, in the best way possible, because I love that band. The song is very interesting. I've been digging it. I've listened to it so much that the couple of times I went through the podcast playlist, I actually skipped this to save time because I knew exactly what it sounded like. I could sing it to you right now, and I could also hum the melody at the same time, and it would be wild. And you'd be like, "Wow, are you Johannes?"
You're a really big fan, huh?
Exactly. Yeah, I think the song is good. I've been listening to it a lot.
I wasn't the biggest fan of it.
That's fair enough, man.
I didn't watch the music video, so it might be that. But it's also it's not a song that I would revisit even if I did know the music video, because it's just not my vibe. It's not for me. I'm a big fan of Avatar, though, as you said multiple times before. They could fucking do anything, and they do it well. They commit to the bit hard every single time. They committed to the wrong bit for me this time around. Excited to see what else they do. I think it's gonna be great. And I think they're a very talented band.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Jaden Seeley dropped his new single, Amplified. This is Jaden from With Confidence.
Yeah.
Huge. Big fan of With Confidence. Big fan of Jaden's solo stuff so far and the tracks that he's dropped. This is no different. I think, honestly, he's doing such a good job. I think this track is incredible. I mean, it's catchy. All of his previous songs have always been those kind of like summer vibes, because I mean it's like pop punk, it's like pop rock, you know, so it's like whenever you drop it, it's always gonna be like, oh, this feels like it should be in the summer. This time around, he's dropping it perfectly at the right time. I think it's a great track. Love his writing, love his songs. Big fan. It's great.
Yeah, shit absolutely rocks. You know, been digging all the solo stuff from Jaden post With Confidence, breakup and departure. And this song is no exception. I agree with you. It is perfect summer vibes, perfect timing for the song. That is the typical pop punk vibe. He's not shying away from that with his solo stuff. That is for sure. Baby Metal and Slaughter to Prevail put out their new single, Song 3. What an absolutely interesting collaboration.
Dude, again, match made in heaven. This is like Electric Callboy Baby Metal like mashup level shit, you know? It is so wrong that it just makes sense. You know? I love it. I'm so happy with this. I think it is so crazy. I think it's so weird. I think it's so fun. And music is good. I like the music.
It's definitely music. I am always blown away by Baby Metal's ability to collaborate with anybody, because they have so many, and they pushed the album back again with this song. The album comes out in August now. They just keep pushing it back, and I am so excited for this upcoming Baby Metal album.
If it ever gets to
it, if it ever gets out, I'm feeling it's just production delays at this point. But I'm hoping we don't have to wait any longer for the album, because all the songs we've heard thus far have been mind blowing, and this song is no exception, because on paper you look at this and you see Baby Metal and Slaughter to Prevail, and you're like, there ain't a shot in hell this is gonna work. And then it starts, and holy fuck does it work.
It's just
because Baby Metal works so well with anyone. That's what I'm learning the longer that we talk about them and listen to them and dive into them on the podcast. And it's funny because this song is going to be on both of the artists' upcoming albums. So this is also going to be on the Slaughter to Prevail's on Slaughter to Prevail's new album that drops in July, which is so interesting because I can only imagine what the rest of that record sounds like, and then you slap this somewhere on the track list,
Baby Metal,
and it's like gonna be a total whiplash moment, because like on the Baby Metal record it makes sense. Yes, it's a little out there, it's a little bit heavier than what Baby Metal typically does, but it's got the Baby Metal flair, so it's going to fit in on the album. But you slap this in the middle of Alex Terrible just absolutely groaning and grueling and just
makes no sense.
Just making animal noises over the music, and then you slap this somewhere on the track list and it's Baby Metal starting off the song, and it's just, I'm ready for that whiplash. That's got me wanting to check out the new Slaughter to Prevail record, is just knowing that at some moment there's going to be an epic whiplash.
That something's about to fucking go down. You've already heard it. You're just waiting for it.
Yeah, I know what the song's going to sound like. I've listened to the song a bunch. But the fact that I'm going to hear it sandwiched between two absolutely pulverizing Slaughter to Prevail songs is the icing on the cake.
God, I'm so excited. It's gonna be fucking crazy. Hell yeah. The Amity Affliction dropped their new single, All That I Remember. Amity Affliction, I like you.
Yeah.
I like the things that you do. I like the songs you make. I think this is a great track. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
That's what we call good noise.
Yeah. We haven't done that joke in a minute though, so that's actually
it was called for. It was called for. Yeah, this song took a couple of listens for me to appreciate, because it is a little bit more of your stereotypical straightforward metalcore, radio rock, octane core, whatever buzzword you want to throw at it. But it was a little bit more on the very straightforward side, that it's almost bland, that had me needing a few listens to find the flair in the song and ultimately want to enjoy it, because the last album was so awesome. All of those singles and that entire record was really solid. So coming out the gate with this, such a what feels like safe song, coming off the back of like I See Dead People, which is like an absolutely nuts track, that had me so excited for that album. You know, it took some adjusting, but I do ultimately enjoy the song, and I'm excited to see what's next. They're going to be on that Summer of Loud tour, so I'm assuming there will be more. Where this came from,
you'd like to think so, right?
But you never know, man. You never know. Senses dropped their new single "Clean Cut." This song has been stuck in my head as we have been doing this podcast, because it was one of the last things I listened to before we did the podcast. Because like, let me give that Senses tune one more spin before I hop on with Glory. And it rocks, man. This band, I say it every fucking time we talk about them. They can write a fucking chorus, and I love that. So catchy. I love the way it opens, and just so good. Always so good. This band has yet to miss for me yet. It's getting to be a little concerning how many hits in a row they've had for me. I'm getting worried, but I will not complain. Shit rocks.
No, shit fucks. This was a great song. It came on and I was like, okay, yeah, this is the Shane band. I get it. I get it, guys.
Yeah.
I thought it was incredible. I mean, the vocals really kind of like blew me away with this one in particular. I don't know. They felt so fucking bold and just out there. I fucking love it. Great track. Big fan. Big fan. Fit for a King dropped their new single, Lonely God. Fit for a King. It's so pleasant to see you again. I love this band. I thought this track was great. They just make me smile. You see this smile on my face just because I'm talking about them. Great fucking band. Great track.
Hell
Welcome.
yeah.
I love you guys.
This band absolutely rocks, man. I love this band so much. They're one of my favorite bands out there right now. They announced a new album off the back of this single, which is wild. I would like to know, with the insane touring schedule that they've had since the last record came out.
Yeah, because they have...
when they had the time to write and record this one. But everything thus far has been quality. Off of the upcoming record, there's been a few singles. I'm very excited. I am very, very excited. One of my most anticipated of the year for sure, as always, when there's a new Fit for a King album. So yeah, I'm excited. Very excited.
I just love seeing them on this fucking playlist, dude. It makes me happy.
Right.
It brings me joy.
And there's a Chris Motionless feature on the album, so hopefully it doesn't suck as bad as the last Chris Motionless feature, which was the worst song on the Knock Loose album.
Slaughterhouse 2.
Yeah.
No relation. It's like the fucking distant second time removed cousin.
Yeah,
like fucking suck. Dude.
They're not attempting a sequel of some kind with this collaboration, which is good. Hailstorm dropped their new single Everest. It is the title track off their upcoming album Everest that drops in August. You're looking at me like you didn't like the song, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say I didn't hate it. I feel like it progressed in a very smooth fashion and progressively built into something, which I feel works for Hailstorm. They attempt to, they go for the hard rock thing, and I feel like it doesn't always necessarily hit all of the songs. They've been doing it a long time. They have some great songs out there, but like the first single off of the record, I feel didn't quite achieve the mission that it went out to achieve. This song builds into the crescendo, almost like you're climbing Everest, funnily enough.
Maybe that was
yeah. So I do appreciate that, the building into the crescendo. I feel like it works for the band. Granted, I don't want every fucking Hailstorm song to sound like that, please God, no. But for this song in particular, especially coming off of the last single that I really didn't enjoy, I thought that this song was a step in the right direction. And I'm remaining as open-minded as I can for the new Hailstorm record, because they are so just straight down the rock lane, despite being in the alternative scene with everyone else. They sometimes fall a little short for us and what we're expecting, because you expect one thing, you get another thing. So I'm maintaining an open mind, hence the positivity with the song, because I genuinely thought that in the grand scheme of things, this song wasn't half bad.
I wasn't a fan.
That's fair enough.
It just, to me, like, Hailstorm right now kind of strikes the same chord to me as like Avenged Sevenfold, where you know how we felt about Avenged Sevenfold. I know, I think they're fine. I have major respect for them, but it took like a year straight of like listening to them to actually like go, they're all right. I think they're, they're good, but I don't have the time to do that. I don't have the want to do that again. So again, very talented, very creative, good song. I'm not the target audience, and that's just all it is. But fucking major respect. I mean, they've been doing it a long time. They've been doing it consistently. They've been doing it well.
Mm-hmm.
Again, not for me. It's not like they're making shitty songs. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
I mean, The Word Alive dropped their new single Eyes Above. This fucked. Heavy as shit. Ass kicker. Guitars are beautiful. Shout out guitars. Big fan.
Hell yeah. Yeah, The Word Alive, man, fucking absolutely kicks ass. Announced a headline tour off the back of this single. Very excited about that. I got to hear the single live a few days early when I saw them open for Ice Nine Kills. Shit rocked then. This song absolutely fucks. And I'm excited for more.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Left to Suffer, King 810, and Alejandro Aranda dropped their new single, Anon. This song rocks, man.
Absolutely. I saw Left to Suffer and I said, okay, I don't even gotta listen to this. I don't even gotta listen to this. This shit was incredible. Something I really like about Left to Suffer, something that they've demonstrated time and time again every time we've listened to their music, reviewed it, anything fucking under the sun, is they have mastered the balance of like super heavy shit with that really beautiful melodic, I guess, like bridges and choruses. It's just the balance. And the balance is always fucking perfect. They always find a way to get me go from whoa to, huh, tell me more. Whoa, wait a minute. Okay, this fucks. So it's just, I love them. I love them for that reason. I think the song is incredible. Great collaboration. Song fucks.
Hell yeah.
Youngblood dropped his new track, Zombie. This song covers, it's sad. It's a sad song, and that's completely fine. I don't like what he's doing now. And it upsets me because I revisited, like, maybe like a month, maybe like, fuck, it was probably like 3 months ago. I revisited, like, in my opinion, peak Youngblood, when I first found him with like Medication, even like fucking what is it, Strawberry Lipstick, which was like 4 years ago. I think that was 2021. It was just like songs that made me very nostalgic, and I just kind of looked at it and I went, "Fuck, man, this used to hit." But I mean, he's maturing as an artist. He's growing. He's trying new things. I can't be a whiny crybaby who's like, when one of my favorite artists from 6 years ago isn't doing the same thing he was doing 6 years ago. That's like so fine that you're changing and you're growing, but this is not good. That's my review.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've always been on the fence about Youngblood. And yeah, this album cycle album comes out very soon. Part 1. Don't forget it's double album. It's a double album. The first half of the double album comes out very soon, and I haven't really enjoyed much of what has come of it. Ballsy to lead with the 10-minute single as the lead single,
which
for
honestly
everything.
Was the peak.
And if that was the peak, then the peak was a tiny little anthill in this very straight grass field that this album has been built on. Yeah, not a fan. I always respect what Youngblood is going for lyrically, what he's talking about, and what he stands for as an artist and as an individual. I always respect that, and I understand the topic of the song and how personal it is and all that. And I'm not dogging on that aspect of it. And I think that what he's talking about and what he's saying calls for the type of song that this is, which is on the slower side. But the songs have felt like slog so far, and really just are struggling to continue moving, and that's my problem with the song and the album cycle thus far. And I'm hoping that something changes with the album. The singles are placed in the right way, and they're songs that keep this experience moving, because that's always possible in the context of the album. I love that line. But singles as they are right now, tough listens, to be honest with you. Yellow Card dropped their new single Better Days. This is they announced their upcoming album, which is very exciting, produced by Travis Barker, which is certainly something. Definitely interesting,
Okay, Travis.
because I
He's just doing
never,
everything.
yeah, I never would have expected a band like this to go with a producer like that.
Mhm.
Because Yellow Card is so iconic in this sector, and
Mhm.
Travis Barker is so iconic in this sector.
Yeah.
And to see the two of them overlap,
Worlds collide.
the influence is absolutely there on this song, though.
Yeah, you can hear it.
I'm
You can hear
hearing an
it.
absolutely modern metal, not modern metalcore, modern pop punk take on everything, which is fine. Bands need to evolve. I think. I don't mind the song. I think the song is solid. I think it's a solid
Mhm.
Yellow Card song. I think it's a solid modern pop punk song.
Mhm.
But I do feel like the fans of Yellow Card over in this part, the fans of
Mhm.
Travis Barker and what he's doing and what he's done for modern pop punk are over here. And
Mhm.
I don't know if there's so much crossover in that, because the fans of Yellow Card want Ocean Avenue #2, and the
Yeah.
fans of Travis Barker and what he's doing want him to work with Machine Gun Kelly again. So it's very interesting, and honestly not the pairing I was expecting. I like it personally, but I don't know what the Yellow Card fans are feeling. I might have to
Mhm.
dive into the Yellow Card subreddit to see what everyone is thinking about this, because
Mhm.
I'm very curious.
I just thought this song was fine. I'm curious on, like the collaboration. I think it is. I think in a weird way it is like a match made in heaven. It kind of
Mhm.
makes sense in my brain, but it's also just like I just thought the song was fine. You know, I really have nothing to say about it. It's just a Yellow Card song, and I mean that in the best way because it's like they have their sound. It's a classic. It's like classic. I think it's fine. I think it's just fine. I think it's just fine.
Fair enough.
Grandson dropped his new song, Brain Rot. I was not the biggest fan of this.
I saw your text. He announced his upcoming album comes out in September. Always very intrigued by what Grandson is doing. And I honestly I enjoyed the song. It's got some heavy moments which I can appreciate.
Hmm.
And I think overall it's a very eclectic song.
Yes.
And that's always kind of what I expect from Grandson. Grandson has always towed the line of doing whatever the fuck he wants.
Hmm.
One song's a little over here, this song's a little over there, but the album somehow makes it always come together and meet in the middle somewhere. The last record was very interesting listen. Very much
Hmm.
enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm overall intrigued for the album because I don't hate this first song. I think it's
Hmm.
solid. And you saying you don't like it, it's Grandson. So there's very much a possibility that the next
There's gonna be
song,
more.
there's that the next song is going to be I don't like it and you love it, and that's
Hmm.
just how it goes with him. So I'm
Hmm.
intrigued. I will remain intrigued on this one.
There you go.
Strayview dropped their single "Vivid," and I really love this. I love the way that it opens. I think
Hmm.
it's incredibly solid. And man, this shit should be spinning on Octane. That's where I'm at.
It does sound like it would fit very well. I mean, it's a very strong track. It's very bold. I think it's just catchy as shit. Great track. It's one of those tracks that I could visualize live as well. I don't know. I see him on stage. I see the shit fucking great track.
Mhm.
Hmm. In Her Own Words, dropped their new song, Sugarcoat. This is a great track. I think it's good. I think it's like obviously kind of like one of those summer songs. I mean, it feels like, riding car windows down on the freeway type shit. I think it's a great track. This is like the other side of like summer songs in the rock scheme. It's not pop punk, but it's just kind of like upbeat pop rock and it fucks and I love it. Great song.
Yeah, wholeheartedly agree. In Her Own Words are very consistent in what they do,
Hmm.
and they always understand the mission and they go for it and they accomplish it, which I can appreciate. This is
Hmm.
exactly what I expected from a new In Her Own Word song. Perfect timing for the change in the season, and I think
Hmm.
that this shit absolutely rocks.
Damn
um
straight.
Thousand Below dropped their new single Palace of Dread. I know you're excited about this one.
I've been waiting. I have been put this back. I have been waiting for so long for this band to start releasing this album. Since their last album was released, I've been waiting for the next one, and it has been so many years, but we're here and we made it and we survived, and I'm so excited. The last single was incredible. I thought it was great and it made me excited, and now it's months later, almost like a year or something. I don't know, it feels like it's been years since they dropped that first single. And I knew there was an album. I was
You
just
sensed it.
waiting. I sensed it. I mean, obviously, because it's been like fucking like 3 years, and I'm like, okay, you're dropping a single out of nowhere. There's an album with it. There's got to be an album with it. They announced an album. Thank God. It's real. It's happening. This song is incredible. It opens up strong as shit, shrieking, screaming. Oh, bold. I love it. The chorus, everything in the middle, incredible. It's something you could sing along to. It's something to move to. This song is incredible. Thousand Below, I love you so much. Great band, great song. I'm so fucking excited for this record. I've been like fucking waiting. I still listen to the last record. The entire record is in my master playlist and it comes on every single time I play it. A song from it comes on every. I'm getting way too excited. I love this band a lot. And I think they do music so well. They know how to make music flawlessly. No notes.
Hell yeah, man. There's absolutely nothing that I can say to follow that up, even remotely close to that. I think the song is great. I'm excited for the new album.
Oh, the song's good.
Yeah, and that's where I'll leave it. I did not have the same reaction Glory did. I was not chomping at the bit for this new song to come out.
Yeah.
But
No,
yeah, I think the song is solid. I'm excited to hear the rest of this record. Comes out in August. Lots of albums in August. It's going to be a metalcore August for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Royal and the Serpent dropped their new single Euphoria. I think the song is good. I mean, it's Euphoria fits it perfectly. I mean, it's kind of again, Royal and the Serpent, I think it's just kind of how she sings and the effects that she uses on her voice. It always kind of has that very melancholic, spooky vibe. But this one is more on the pop side, which is really fun. I like it a lot. It reminds me of kind of like early 2000s pop. You know what type I'm talking about. Early 2010s pop, like kind of club pop that we never heard in the club because we were like 5 years old. But just the stuff that you would hear in passing, like walking past like a restaurant, like on the beach, and you just hear this song playing. I fuck with it. I think it's great. It's like early Charlie XCX. It's like Katy Perry. It's like that era of music where it's fun, but it's kind of low key. It's great.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm digging it. I'm digging all of the singles thus far that we've gotten from Royal and the Serpent. I think that she encapsulated the feeling of this song very well with the title of it, and never ceases to amaze me. As always, I'm excited for more from Royal and the Serpent. And for our last topic, Ryan Oakes and West Coast dropped their new single Eyelids. And I think that this song absolutely rocks. Ryan Oakes blew me away with this one for sure. Shit rocks, man.
I think this song is great. The thing is, I'm going to say this because I want to hear it. Ryan Oakes, I want to hear you on a crazy fucking beat. That's it. It's just with the last couple of tracks we've been hearing and with the record, it obviously he has a sound and he has certain beats that he's more drawn to. They all kind of fit under the same umbrella, and that's completely fine because it's his sound. But I want to hear him mix it up a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean a lot.
Get crazy with it.
Because I think he could get away with it, and I think it would be incredible. I would love to see that. I would love to hear just something fucking crazy and out of the ordinary. But I thought this was good.
Yeah, all in all, can't complain, that's for sure. So as I said, that's all the topics we have today. You can follow us on Instagram, it's Good Noise Podcast. Facebook is Good Noise Pod. TikTok is Good Noise Podcast. YouTube is Good Noise Podcast. All your streaming services are all Good Noise Podcast. And Patreon is patreon.com/Good Noise Podcast. Gloria's got your Patreon supporters, your Twitch subs, your important plugs, your merch store plug, your Amazon storefront plug, and then we're going to sign off.
Check out our merch. It is goodnoisepodcast.creator-spring.com. No socks. Check out our Amazon storefront. It has our cameras. It has our mics. It has our monitors. It has everything you need to start a podcast. If
for some reason you wanted to start one,
if you want to start a podcast, do it. Thank you to our Patreon supporters: Matt from Pulses, Pop Punk Apologist, David Arrington, Tyson from Heel Hurt, and Eric. And thank you to our Twitch sub, Matt, again from Pulses. Thank you, everyone.
Much appreciated.
Thank you. Important plugs: Black Lives Matter, Stop Asian Hate, Free Palestine, Be a Decent Person. If you're going to a show, wear deodorant.
Please.
That's all my plugs for today.
Hell yeah, I love it. As I said, that's all we have today. I've been Shane.
I have been Glory.
And we've been the Good Noise Podcast. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.